Einstein's nightmare. The story goes, he got his wild hair on some icy night in November. Lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, this dumb, numbing feeling arresting the state of his body. Cold sweat made a marathon of his forehead, and his hair had gained a lot in volume but lost all of its color. Gone was the slicked-back black look of a little boy from Munich. Instead, he looked like a wire-frame Medusa, all because of a ghost he saw from the future. Now, he was still only 10, still only attending all-boys prep school, so no one told him yet he was going to be a genius. His greatest ambition so far was growing up to be a musician, playing the violin in sold-out concert halls, winning over chicks with renditions of Bach and Mozart. But he lost sight of his goals when he was visited by this vision of a ghost he saw from the future. Einstein was a great man, but it was no Dr. King. Didn't glimpse a utopia devoid of racism from the top of a mountain. Didn't glimpse perfection. Didn't imagine what he'd see sitting on the tail end of a light beam. He didn't dream of a fat man and his little boy walking across the sky whistling. He didn't dream in German. Wasn't horrified by what the Nazis would do with Jews and stout chimneys. Didn't feel guilty he'd scare genocide into the minds of a warrior class people. No. Albert Einstein had nightmares about you. An impossibly tall girl from the suburbs of Newton, Massachusetts, who continually refuses to substitute excuses for brain food. They say all you need to disprove a theory is one instance of evidence to the contrary. So Albert was terrified you'd be the early end to his ordered world of predictable isotopes, of C-sharps and other flat notes. See, Connie, you make men out of fools. You make us want to forget there are such things as space and time. Make us want to forget light travels in a straight line. Forget that the 200 miles between me and Boston take a full 4 hours to drive. You make ninja poets want to be more ninja and less poet. Make them want to learn how to teleport, how to defy spatial relations so one man can exist in two cities at the same time. You shine. So vividly, you make my ears wish they'd evolved to hear bright. And your beauty bends back physics so school shootings look like extra deleted scenes from the Matrix. And I know Einstein named his speed of light c, but all I can see in that three-letter equation is your name, camouflaged under all of the math. As if relativity didn't mean jack unless you were here living it with me. Unless you were here living it with me. Listen, I'm flipping through my high school physics book, looking for the chapter on attraction to see if, there's a picture of you. But all I find is Albert Einstein, and I swear his lips are moving, as if he were resurrected from the dead by witches hired by Hooft and Mifflin. He says, "Boy, your love amounts to a whole heap of nothing. Ain't no law in this universe making you write her this poem. If you want to talk about invisible forces, then let me take you out back, introduce you to gravitation." I spit back, "Al, with all due respect to your book smarts and your nuclear fission, you haven't met this girl. You haven't felt the weight of her hips, or the height of her kiss, or the slight way she reminisces when she sits still. I have. And I've got to say, it ain't nothing but poetry." I guess it goes to show you how one man's nightmare can be another man's dream. Happy 20th birthday, Connie.